Hello, everyone. Guess who I have back now? We have Sister Mercy here. Welcome, Sister Mercy.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
I thought you needed to see what an update is. I'm just so happy that she is here with a visit this summer and spending a week. What have you been doing since you've been here, Sister Mercy?
Let me tell you, my goal, okay, I tried to not have big lofty goals because I then, everyone wants to spend time with you, and so you don't want to like, man, I'm real set in stone on this. So here is my goal. Get my real ID, drive the tractor, go fishing.
You went fishing?
And the rest, just see what happens.
Okay, tell us about fishing.
Well, let me tell you about fishing. So okay, since, being in the convent, I don't fish a lot, but I did enter with my fishing pole. It's my little trout pole, yellow, cute, with my little tackle box, very cute, has a bumblebee on it. But courtesy of my dad, but I don't get to go fishing all the time, obviously. And so I told the sisters that I wanted to go fishing. My goal was to go fishing. My goal was to go salmon fishing when I got home for the summer. But unfortunately, it's not the right season for that. So one step up, because I wanted to have, photographic evidence, obviously, of my big catch. And so, when you go salmon fishing, you get your picture, whatever. So I was like, great, I'm going to go out there, get my picture, get my fish, feed my family, and make all the other sisters,
Jealous?
yeah, wish they were here.
Isn't that a sin?
Anyway, so I unfortunately not salmon season, but better yet, sturgeon season. So
Ooh.
me, my dad, the neighbors got out there Friday morning ready for some sturgeon fishing. And let me tell you, I had no idea how big a sturgeon was. He said, "Oh, it's like fighting a shark. You got to do it." And I thought, fighting a shark. Okay. Because when you're doing salmon fishing, it's like, it's work, it's effort, right? But like, it's doable. Okay. You got some bruises, but it's doable. And this, let me tell you, it's like fighting a shark. The first one got up there, loading up the first one. We're out on the boat and he went, wow. And I went, holy mackerel, it's alive. It's like the only one, the smallest one we caught was about 2 feet long, and that was the smallest one we caught. The rest were like 5 or 6 feet long. It's like when you're telling your fish joke and you're like, no, it was this long, no, it was this long, no, it was this long. Let me tell you, suckers are huge.
How many did you catch?
We caught 7 total, but you can't keep them, so we threw them away. But I got my my photo because Ernie was very kind. The one that I caught that was like 2 feet long, and you go, it's like a 45-minute battle to get the thing on the boat. But then this one, I was like, come on, I'm getting a photo, okay? A nun with a fish, come on. So I got that sucker on there. I, meaning Ernie, got it on me because
Who's Ernie?
The lovely neighbor who took me fishing. Thanks, Ernie. And Logan. But manhandled that thing on there, and I said, can I grab it? And he said, sure. So I got my fish and I got my photo, and then I had to let him back. But
all right,
well worth the fight. Well worth the fight.
And where did you go fishing?
We went out of Aldridge Point, so we went to the Columbia, and we went by Bug Hole.
Okay.
And then around the back of the islands, I don't know where it's called.
So check one thing
Wait,
off.
I don't know if I can tell you where we went fishing. I don't know if I can tell you where we went fishing. That might be top secret information.
Oh, well.
What if that's their secret fishing hole? We went on the Columbia River. That's all you
know. And tell me about tractor driving.
Well, let me tell you about tractor driving. Way back in the day, before I entered the convent, I loved driving the tractor. And it was great. It was wonderful. It was a time of my life. Because who needs a roller coaster when you're on a tractor and you're going, and your whole body's getting beat up and you're just really having a great time. But, I mean, it's so peaceful. It's so relaxing. All you're doing is driving in circles all day. You're praying your rosary. You're praying your Divine Mercy Chaplet. If there's anyone in the world you need to pray for, now is your time. You're contemplating life's deepest problems, really. And that was very good for me. I loved that. I enjoyed that. And then when I entered the convent, actually that first summer, I read a book on my friend, Blessed Stanley Rother, who we saw in Guatemala. Look him up. I don't know how you.
Yeah, there will be
What?
links in the
That's
show
the word.
notes.
That's the word. That's the word. Okay, but shortcut, short synopsis. What do you call that? Um, Cliff Notes version of his life, basically. He's a priest who is from Oklahoma, and he's a farm kid like me. And he was, real not intelligent. And so he flunked out of,
Like you.
yeah, exactly. He flunked out of seminary twice because he couldn't figure out languages. He couldn't learn philosophy and he couldn't learn Latin. But eventually he got back into seminary, graduated, became a priest, and they were looking for people to go as missionaries to Guatemala. And so he volunteered. He went to Guatemala, and this man who was so dumb and couldn't learn any languages and couldn't learn philosophy or anything, he learned Spanish, and he learned the native language of Quiche, which he used to translate into the Gospels. He translated them because they didn't have a written form of the Bible in their Mayan language, and so he translated it. But the point of this story is, back up. He died.
Did he drive a tractor?
Well, yes. Okay, so the point of the story is, he died as a martyr. That's not the point of the story. He died as a martyr. He was shot, and like while he was celebrating. Anyway, point of the story is he is a farm kid from Oklahoma, and in this book it talks about when he was growing up how much he loved to drive his dad's tractor, and mow the fields because he would just go in circles and pray the rosary. Boop, 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 boop. And I said, that's me.
Okay, so you got to fish, you got to mow, drive the tractor,
Just need to get my real ID, and then
and now we just have your real ID because you want to travel, right?
yeah.
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 Where do you did some traveling this summer?
I did do some traveling this summer. Nothing too crazy, but well, okay, so during the school year, I live with approximately 29 other sisters.
Approximately?
Well, yeah, I can't count. But I'm pretty sure we're 30 in the house, typically in a school year. I'm pretty sure we're 30. But so during the school year, we obviously, school year, so we study and we teach catechism on the weekends and stuff. But in the summer, we kind of spread out and go crazy. So most of what we're doing is putting on like kids camps and oratories and like summer full of fun adventures, or doing popular missions and like knocking door to door and all sorts of stuff like that. But at the end of the so yeah, basically we're spread out all over. So this summer we had sisters in Canada, Arizona, California, Alaska, Suriname, Guyana, Maryland, Pennsylvania, New York, Texas, Minnesota, and anywhere in between. But my highlight so far was I went to Alaska for about 2 weeks, and we put on a kids oratory, which basically is like a kids summer camp of just explosion of fun and goodness. So we play a lot of games. We have water balloon fights every day. And except they're little Alaska kids, so they were like, it's so hot, it's so hot. It was like 70 degrees, but the sun was out, so they were like, we need sunscreen. I've never been so hot in my life. But it was delightful. I had a grand time. We had so we play a lot of games. We have a lot of fun. And we do like competition games and minute to win it games, and then we like break them off by age group, and they have their lesson, their like catechetical lesson that they're learning about. So we did it basically on like the story of looking at Christ throughout the Bible, specifically as Savior, and but like in age appropriate things. And then we had craft time and snack time and lunch time, and the brothers always come. So we're split. So we're religious families. We have sisters, and we have brothers who are those
Why are
that
you
are
pointing at me?
Well, we have
And you have
brothers
some mothers.
who are going to be studying to be priests. So a handful of them came with us, and they are well known for their, we call them divages, but they're like really ridiculous skits that they put on for the kids after lunch. Yes.
So that was a highlight.
That was a highlight. And then we went to, as part of this, after the camp was over, and we had ice cream every day, because, you know,
which was also a highlight.
Obviously. We went to Denali, and we drove 2 hours to get there. We got out, we went on a tiny little mile hike, and then we drove 2 hours back to get to our plane. And we went gold mining.
Yes, I was going to say you had
We
another
rode
highlight.
for my birthday, best day ever, minus Christmas. We went on a little train. It's total tourist trap, 100% worth it. But you get on your little train, you go around, and there's the, you know, men and the women that are like dressed as old mine workers, and they like explain that everything, blah, blah, blah. But the highlight of it, panning for gold. They give you your little poke sack, and you go in there and you go, bah, 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 bah. They teach you how to do it. And yeah, it's very specific, you know, worth the wait. But I got $20 in gold, which I gave to my dad for whatever purposes. It's probably in his drawer forever.
Well, all right. That is an exciting time.
Yeah.
That's like a summer worth having.
Yeah.
And where are you going next?
Next, I'm going to Vermont and New Hampshire to go hiking.
And stay away from ticks?
And stay away from ticks.
Yeah. So how is the Lyme disease at this point?
Tired.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll stay away from Lyme disease carrying ticks.
Yeah.
This time.
But last year I saw a bear and a moose.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. All right.
My prayer for the past 3 years. God, I want to be good. I want to be holy. I want to be saint. And I really, 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 really want to see a moose. But like, I want to see it. Not just like a glance, not just a drive-by. I want to see it. I want to get a good look at it.
And you did?
I did. We went on a midnight hike.
It didn't happen because I didn't see any photos.
Well, yeah, because there's a video. There's a very fantastic video of it somewhere by some sister somewhere.
Who happened to have a cell phone?
No, she had, so she was in charge of taking pictures for the whole adventure, and none of us in the car knew that she was filming. So it's really hilarious because we didn't know she was filming, and we were freaking out because there was a moose in front of us. But it's like, you know, a caravan of nuns in a line in their minivans, and we were going to a midnight hike because our mother's crazy and she wanted to see the sunrise from the top of a mountain. And I said, I've always wanted to do this. Let's go. So we did it, but that means we went to bed at 10 o'clock and then woke up at 12 o'clock, I think. And so we get in the car, boop, 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 and the native New Hampshireite, the sister from New Hampshire that knows where she's going and planned the trip, we took a wrong turn. So we were the lead car in the caravan.
Who was supposed to know where she was going.
She was driving. It was the best. So it's like, we were like loopy because, you know, it can go two ways. You can either be ready to kill each other because you're exhausted, or you can be super loopy and everything's hilarious. And thankfully it was that option. So we're driving, boop, 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 and she says, that looks like a man with a sweatshirt. That's the weirdest thing in the world. And she goes, it's a moose!
A man with a sweatshirt turned into a moose?
So I don't know how you get from a man with a sweatshirt to a moose. But said moose, he was a grandpa moose. Okay, he was, I don't know. He
had gray
old.
hair?
Yeah, he had gray hair. He was old and massive, but like skinny, you know? Like he just, I don't know, he looked like, he looked like a grandpa moose. Anyway, so we're the first car in the thing, and it was like, 20 feet in front of us. So there's driver, passenger, person, me, person. This person in the passenger seat is a sister from Guyana who basically doesn't speak really often at all. So if she does say something, it's significant and it's hilarious because she has these little like side comments that, you know, you just kind of slip under there. And if you're not listening, you miss those hidden gems. So the entire time, this sister freaking out, it's gonna charge us, it's gonna break all the windows. Me. I prayed for this. I prayed for this. Jesus. Okay. This sister, he's majestic. This sister, running commentary, filming the entire thing without us realizing it. This sister, the only word she said, the only thing she said was at one point, the moose turned, looked at the card, she said, "Oh." That's it. And the cars behind us, the caravan of nuns behind us, are flashing their lights, because they're like trying to scare it. And, the native New Hampshire, go, "No, he's gonna freak out, he's gonna charge." And eventually, he just walked off the road.
Oh,
But we didn't die.
you
And
didn't
I
get
saw a
injured.
moose. Oh my God.
So all of that to say, God answers prayers.
He
Right
does.
there.
I also saw a bear.
Right there. So during the year, you teach some classes. Tell us about that.
I do. So during the school year, we have classes that we take from Monday during the weekday. We have Monday through Friday. We take classes for just our studies that are a lot of, mostly right now, it's a lot of philosophy, and then some Latin, Spanish, a little bit of theology. But in the weekends, we go to different churches around different parishes, and we teach catechism to kids. So, mostly what I've done the past few times has been first communion age kids, or like pre-communion, so like age 6 to 9. And that's like my realm. They like crafts, they like games. I can draw on the board and like teach a good lesson, and they can follow, and like, they're crazy, but I'm crazy, and it just works out. It's great. It's fun. It's a grand time. Teenagers, they can smell my fear. And I, like, God help me, because one day I'm going to be in the mission, and I'm going to teach confirmation age girls, and I'm probably going to cry. But, like, God gives the grace. So, one day it's going to happen. Anywho, so this year I had on Sunday mornings, I taught first communion age kids, so like 7-ish years old, and they were cute and wonderful and great. But on Saturday all day, I taught at one of our parishes called St. James, and I taught a program. It's called Don Yoki, and so it's named for a man who was a priest in Italy, and he, after World War II, there were all of these children who had been harmed during the war, like had lost limbs or something due to bombs, like playing out in the field and lost their landmines. Thank you. And so he did adaptive teaching things, like he would like help them have prosthetics or things like that would help them be able to go to catechism and learn about Jesus and receive the sacraments, but in an adaptable way so that they could participate. And so we have formed this program at this church, which is really unique because it's the only one in the DC area that, as far as I know, that does this. And so it's teaching kids catechism with special needs. And so I had 4 kids, they're not really kids. Some of them are kids. So 1 girl and 3 boys. So the girl is 26 years old, and she's kind of the mentality of like a 3 to 4-year-old ish. She's mostly nonverbal, but she kind of has her own little like language, like scissors. I don't know why, but this is scissors. She's adorable. And she's already received all her sacraments. She's been confirmed. She's been baptized. She received First Holy Communion. But she's just there because she loves it. And she just loves to play. She loves to be there. And then 1 boy who's 19 years old, he's absolutely adorable. So the boys all have some spectra. They're on the autism spectrum somewhere. And so 1 boy is 19 years old, and this was his first year coming. He had been when he was a little kid, but he hadn't been for years and years and years. So he hadn't received a sacrament. So he was coming back, and he he's just adorable. Every day he wears sweatpants, and he has my favorite shirt of all time, which is hilarious because his parents don't speak English. So for sure they like probably don't know what this says, but it's just makes it even cuter, really. So he comes in and he has this t-shirt that says "World's Best Grandpa," and he has his glasses, his shades, his cool shades, and his hat. He always has his beanie, and he always comes in. Always, this is his face. He has like, he's like starting to grow a beard, but he's like a baby face. He's a little boy in a big man's body, but he's just 100% pure cute. And his response, he's just happy to be there. So his response to everything you say, hey, so we're gonna make flowers. Okay, we're gonna do a big thing like in Latina culture is doing processions, right? So we have an Anda, we have a statue of Mary, like, but a baby statue of Mary, because they're little. So I had this big thing planned. We have this little baby Anda, we have a little statue of Mary, we have the foam all around. So we're making this flower arrangement, making it really beautiful, and we're gonna go out in the parking lot, pray the rosary around the parking lot. And my goal, I was like, listen, if I can get 3 Hail Marys out of this, I am good. Okay, I got this. And so he was the only kid that showed up for class that day. And so we're putting in the flowers and you say, okay, Wendell, how about this one? Do you think Mary likes yellow? Yeah, yellow. Sticks it in. How about red? Do you think she likes red? Yeah, red. So by the end of this, I wish I had a picture of this, but by the end of it, the Anda, I mean, it was every bit as beautiful as I anticipated. It's like a daisy here, a tulip here, a rose here, greens here. It's all over the place.
It's wildflowers.
It's wildflowers. But I was like, honestly, it's beautiful. Like any mom's little heart is just going to melt seeing that. Like I'm absolutely positive that Jesus and Mary loved it. And I just really, everything that they do, I just really think I'm like, you are just melting that little heart right there. Like who can say, I think they really truly, like, I think they are an elevator straight to God's heart. Like, because they're so pure, they're so innocent. And like, what's your job in life? Just be adorable. Like to receive God's love and bring other people to him. Like experiencing you is experiencing Christ. That's it.
Yeah.
Like they're just pure love. And so the other 2 boys, my lovely mom, she got us a CD player for class. And so part of this CD player is real cheesy, like, Christian Bible story, kids songs, whatever. And so there's 2 CDs that she got, but the boys only like 1 CD. And so every time they get really excited about whose turn it is to put the thing in. But let's be honest, we don't really have turns. We just kind of go back and forth, take it in, put it out, take it in, put it out, take it in, put it out. And at first, one of the boys, he would listen to the song and he would do this, like hands over his head, rocking back and forth. And I thought, oh man, is like overstimulating. He doesn't do the music. But then after I realized he likes it because that was like his happy. So he doesn't really like smile so much. He's just like, he would go over and he'd slide over and then repeat. So I can't tell you how many times I've heard track 18, onward Christian soldiers, over and over and over again. And then it ends, repeat. And the whole time, I'm a big boy, I can do it. I'm a big kid, I can do it. It's just like, they're so cute. We also have a puppet show. So the brother that's in the class with me, he is a seminarian. He's in school to become a priest. And so the 2 of us are in this class together. And he made the amount of things, let me tell you, the amount of things I can do with hot glue and cardboard. I am my mother's kid. And everything else I take after my dad. Okay. But this, I am my mother's kid.
Your dad can drive a tractor.
Yeah, that's why I take after my dad and my thing. Anyway, point of the story is he made this awesome Don Yoki Productions theater. It has a light, like it has this little like a lamp reading light, so you can press the light on it, turns on. He painted the whole thing, and it has a trash bag, a black trash bag for the backdrop, so you can go behind the table. You put it on the table, go behind it, and you put your little puppet hand up, put your little puppet hand up. We did puppet shows of like saint stories, Bible stories, whatever. But my mom and I, best mom ever, we made over Christmas, we made little outfits, little costumes, So they have like a little, they could be little Mary Magdalene, it could be Jesus, Peter, the other apostles, whatever, and their little outfits. But I mean, they're they're apps. It's so cute, and they get so excited. They and one little boy, whenever he gets really excited, he like kind of clenches up and curls up in the fetal position on his back and just rocks. And it's the cutest. I love it. My favorite day though was there was one day they're never all there at the same time. Like one doesn't
Mm,
show up, one shows
mm.
up, whatever. This one day they were all four were there, and we were getting ready for Advent. It was right before Easter, and so I was doing a lesson on
Advent before Easter.
Advent before Christmas.
Even I know that.
um okay, so we're doing this lesson on the Annunciation. So it's like the angel Gabriel is coming to Mary to say you're going to be the mother of Jesus, right? And so we had made this very simple song of Mary saying yes, like yes to being the mother of Jesus, right? We do the lesson, we do a little craft, whatever. And then we got these water bottles and we made maracas. So I put rocks in them, and then they got to decorate their little shaker, right? So it's to the tune of Frere Jacques. So it's Mary said yes, Mary said yes. And I don't remember the rest. But the point is, it's cute. So they loved it. They loved it. All four of them. I mean, it's like just giant smiles, just Mary said yes, Mary said yes. And they're rolling on their backs and just giggling. Like you cannot help but just experience their joy. Like
Mm.
absolutely, it's so contagious. I had to leave. I said, okay, brother, you're in charge, I gotta go. And I left and I ran down the hall to the office and I said, listen, whoever's in here, come down to my room right now. I don't care what you're doing, but come down to my room now. And so they came down to watch them, and they did their little concert for them. But they're just they're so stinking cute.
I think that's right where you're supposed to be.
I Whatever God wants, but it I really am so every day I would leave class, and I was like there's so many times I just like I felt like I was just on the verge of tears, because it's like why I did not deserve these kids. Like there is nothing that I did that I deserve to be here in this class with these kids. Like I am so blessed to be able to be with them and to experience them, and to be the one that like helps them experience Jesus
Mhm.
and helps them know Christ better. They're just, yeah.
Well, do you think maybe that's why Jesus said, "Let the children come to me"? Because he wanted to be around them?
They really are. One time we hopped the rosary. So we made this big, I made a huge, like the room is quite, it's a very large classroom, but it's super fun because it's all these like adaptable things for the kids. So it's like a little mini mass kit, a little mini ciborium, a little mini like everything. So I made a huge life-size rosary. So each little bead, I made a big bead for each little prayer, said the prayer on it, and it covered the entire room. And then at the very end, I had a huge cardboard crucifix that I made. And so we were praying the rosary, and the one little boy, like he's got it nailed. Hail Mary, he's got it. And the other boy, all over the place. And so I said, "Boy, do you think we can hop it? Do you think we would hop the rosary?" And so we'd say, "Okay," we'd pray the prayer, we'd hop on the beat, and then we'd hop to the next beat, and then pray the prayer, and hop to the next beat, hop to the next beat. We did the Stations of the Cross. So before Easter, we did for Holy Week, we did a living Stations of the Cross. So I found these really beautiful images for each station of like, Jesus condemned to death all the way through the burial of Jesus, right? So each little station along the way, and I hid them throughout the building. And I made a crown of thorns. I got the boys' costumes, and then I made this huge cardboard crucifix. And I part of the most fun thing for them was being able to look to see where the next station was. It was like a little Easter egg hunt for them,
Yeah.
But so they're all dressed up, and I said, Sergio, do you think you can be Jesus for me? Yeah, yeah, I think I could do that. Yeah. So he was dressed up, and his clothes are falling. I mean, at every station, we're like, re-putting your costume back on, and also only the boys showed up, so we had to have a boy like, you know, play Veronica and play the Weeping Women and whatever. But it was really, I mean, they really loved it. One of the boys, who's the most like special, we got to the crucifixion, and he just imitated it. He went up to the cross, and he saw, the picture of the image of Jesus on the cross, and he just went up and went,
Mm.
which is really beautiful.
Spread
So
his
then,
arms and
yeah, so then we had
bowed his head.
a couple weeks later, we have a huge like life-size cross, and someone brought it to the classroom to like show them, like, this is what the real cross probably looked like. This is, like Jesus died on the cross. And he did the same thing. He went right up to it. He extended his arms. He put his arms on the cross and stood there, and then just died. It was really
I
beautiful.
would have cried.
Yeah, it was the other sister whose class had come down. I mean, she really like she was so moved by it, because she's like, you talk about them all the time, and you say how much you love them. Obviously you love them so much, and it's so great, and you love your class, but like seeing him and seeing that in person, it was really moving for her, but also for her class that had come, because they were teenagers. And so having these uh kids that came down to, you know, see these boys with special needs, and to help them, and,
Yeah.
witness that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because all life is precious.
It really, I mean, the dignity of the human person, really,
Yeah.
it's like you can't deny that. You cannot look at them and deny that. You can't.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what is this upcoming year? What's got in store for you?
Who knows?
God only knows.
More classes, more adventures, still trying to learn Spanish.
Una palabra a vez.
Señor, ten piedad.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was entertaining. Yeah, definitely a nun having fun.
Nuns having fun. That's what I'm here for.
Nuns having fun. So, well, thank you, Sydney, for joining me for this. Oh, excuse me. Thank you, Sister Mercy, for
I'm gonna have to do a little editing here.
joining me for this episode and enlightening us on things that
A day in the
a
life.
day in the life and the things that are not just serious. Um, maybe putting aside some preconceived notions about what nuns
You should see
are
us
and do.
play whack-a-mole on a weekend. You know what whack-a-mole is? Yeah?
Yeah.
It's not what you think it is.
Oh,
It's a great game. It's a fantastic game. Y'all get in a circle, you pop up, person in the middle has a pillow,
oh,
and then they say a name, and the person walks up, and if they don't say another name before they sit down,
ooh,
whack-a-mole.
this is sounds like a little vicious.
Come to the convent on Friday night.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Okay. All right. Well, it looks like God takes the gifts that He knows that are within us and places us in places where we can use those gifts, where He thinks that you're most needed.
Amen.
Right? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.